Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick video about something that I've done with this wing. Now, for those of you that were watching the channel last week, you'll have seen this. This is the new AR Wing Pro. I'll put a link down below to go and have a look at it. I've been trying to do a maiden since I did that video. Well, actually before I did that video, because I'd had it a couple of days by the time I shot that. And the weather here is just not playing ball. It is windy or rainy. I'm trying to organise it to have a flying buddy to help me launch this thing and help me film it, and it's just not working out. Now, lots of you wanted me to fly this and get information about how efficient it was, top speed, stuff like that. So because I wasn't going to put a flight controller in it, I thought I'll use an old school way of actually getting all that telemetry down onto the radio. And then because I'm just struggling to get this footage and get everything all lined up, I've decided I'm just going to pop a flight controller in it, and then once it's launched, I'll use auto launch. Again, I've got a video on that. I can flick it into manual mode and just fly it and get all the telemetry that way. But I was getting the telemetry onto the radio without a flight controller, and I was going to be able to see the amperage that the motor was pulling. I was going to be able to see my ground speed, loads of information. And I was doing that without a flight controller installed, and I thought, you know what? I haven't talked about this stuff for such a long time, and I know there are pilots out there that watch the channel and all the stuff I do with things like iNav and RD plane and all that stuff, who fly things like gliders or slope soarers and have no interest in flight controllers at all, and I absolutely understand that. But if you wanted to get things like your altitude, ground speed, the status of your battery, the amount of current that you are pulling, airspeed even, there are these things called SmartPort sensors that FrSky have, and they're dead easy to set up and very easy to set up on the radio as well. So I thought, you know what, let me just show this, because it might be, for those of you that used to do this before we all got into the flight controller stuff, a trip down memory lane. But for some of you that have come into the hobby over the last 3 or 4 years, where all the videos have been about flight controllers, it might be something that you didn't know. Now, to add the sensors onto the model is a very quick and easy job. They just plug into the SmartPort port on your receiver, and then they daisy chain together so that the sensors don't just have one connection, they have two. And it doesn't matter which one you use, just make sure you observe the polarity, so the signal pin and the ground pin are the right way round, and you just connect them all together. Once they're all connected together, then you can fire up the model, and once power is connected, then you will see all the flashing lights on these SmartPort receivers, and they will be sending telemetry back to your radio automatically. You don't have to do anything else. Now, there are the odd occasion where you want more than one sensor. The battery one's a common one, where the battery FrSky sensor is actually quite clever. You plug it into the balance port, and if you wanted to have multiple ones of them, maybe you have 2 batteries in your model, you want to monitor them separately, then you have to buy an extra little piece of technology and change the ID. But if you're just using one of each sensor, it's literally as easy as plugging them together. Once you have them all plugged together and it's all powered on, then on your radio, all you need to do is navigate to your telemetry page and discover your sensors. And you should see that you have an awful lot more than you're used to seeing. All of these are coming from just those 2 sensors, the GPS sensor that I've installed, and also the current sensor. That current sensor is also sending me back the battery voltage as well as the current that's passing through it, and the GPS is giving me lots of information about not only the GPS location, but the GPS speed has been calculated from its moment-to-moment position and altitude as well. Now, we can put those sensors onto a telemetry screen on the radio, go into the telemetry pages in OpenTX, and you can just set up a screen. So here you can see, along with the sensors, I've actually got my throttle position so that I can see it at a glance. And this information I can have displayed on the radio by long pressing the page button on my Taranis. But the really cool thing is I can also trigger the radio to announce some of this information to me. So maybe if I'm flying FPV, or I don't want to take my eyes off the model to look down at the screen, I want the radio to read it out to me, I absolutely can. And to set that up, I need to go into the special functions directory, and I can set up a switch, or I can set it up to automatically repeat on a specific delay, and it's going to play a value, and you can just decide the values that you want. If you want it to play more than one value, that's not a problem, just have it here and it will read them out in order. Now the cool thing is that you can also change the units of some of these pieces. So for example, the speed that's coming from the GPS moment to moment position, I can have as miles per hour, I can have feet per second, meters per second, kilometers an hour, I can even have it in knots. So you can change it. So if you have a boat and you wanted to just see how fast it was going on the water, adding something like a GPS SmartPort sensor in there is a cute and easy way to do it without having to mess about with flight controllers. And the last pro tip is if you set this up to play the values on your radio and you flick the switch and it's playing the wrong thing, it's not telling you the right units or the right values or numbers or whatever, that probably means that you have forgotten to update your SD card or the sound files on your SD card when you updated OpenTX. It's quite a common thing that can happen. So just update the sound files to match the version of OpenTX that's on your radio, and that'll fix that issue too. So hopefully that was interesting for those of you that have been in the hobby just a couple of years and maybe haven't seen these SmartPort sensors. They fell out of favour as lots of people moved on to flight controllers, particularly as the cost of a flight controller with a GPS is about the cost of a couple of these sensors these days anyway. But for those of you that maybe are not interested in flight controllers, maybe you have a boat or a car, or maybe you have a slope soarer and all you're interested in is something like the speed or the battery status or any of those things, then now you have another option to get that telemetry down to your radio easily, have it displayed on the screen, but also potentially at the flick of a switch, have the radio to tell you that information too. Thank you for watching my video and watching right to the very end. If you want to find out what I'm currently working on, you can follow me on social media by searching for Painless360 in the usual places. If you'd like to become part of the inner circle, then you can become a Patreon. Details are in the description and you get lots of additional benefits. Check out the playlist section on the channel too. I organise all of my videos into playlists and it's called something like Introduction to or for Beginners. All of the content is aimed so that you can start at the very beginning and it teaches you that subject, starting with simple principles and moving up to teach you everything you need to know.